What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the DubsIn4 Podcast. This is episode 6. Today is August 26th, and we are still in the middle of the summer. Nothing NBA related has happened in the last week, and we're really struggling to find things to talk about here. So I decided that I'm going to do some division overviews. Division overviews. Not conference, but division overviews for the next couple of weeks, going over each division, the 5 teams in it, expectations for the year, their off-season moves, stuff like that. So instead of going over one team at a time, we're going to be doing them in blocks of 5, and I figured the best way to do that would be in their division. So because this is a Warriors show, we're going to start with the Pacific Division, but we're going to be covering every division in the league. We're going to do the other 2 Western ones in the next 2 weeks, and then after that move over to the East. And that will give us something to talk about for the next 6 weeks. I'm not going to super set this in stone. If something crazy happens, I'm going to talk about that, and we're going to move on with our lives. But I'm kind of just doing this because it's the middle of the summer, nothing really to talk about, nothing's happening, and I need stuff to say. So here we go. We're going to talk about the Pacific Division this week. So we're going to go top to bottom. The best team in this division is the Warriors, obviously. Not just because this is a Warriors show, I promise. But it's in common opinion that they're the best team in the league. Boogie Cousins, they're going to be good. Hopefully they'll have, the best regular season record. It's questioning, whether they'll be motivated during the regular season, whether they're going to, injuries or whatever. But barring anything drastic, they will be the 1 seed this year, and they will be the best team in this division. It's good because there's 2 pretty bad teams in this division, and there's 1 below average team. The only other good team here is the Lakers, so the Warriors won't have much competition here. They will be the 1 seed. I've talked about them a lot, so we're just gonna kind of move on. But, Golden State, I have them as the best team in this division, and we all know what they did in their offseason. Number 2, I have the Lakers, again, with LeBron James now, and adding all these guys on 1-year deals, Rajon Rondo, JaVale McGee, Michael Beasley, Lance Stevenson, all these guys. They're going to be a very different team to watch this year, very fun team to watch. But they're going to be good because they have LeBron, and they surrounded him with win now guys. I still think they need a little bit more shooting, but the young pieces will be able to step up and, do their thing. There's a chance we see them swing a trade in the middle of the season, potentially for Jimmy Butler, or if Kawhi Leonard becomes available after the Raptors decide that he doesn't want to be there. I don't know, anybody else who they might want, any other star player who becomes available around the trade deadline, I could see them swinging a deal for them this year. If not, they'll probably sign somebody next summer, whether that be, Jimmy Butler or whoever else. It's not going to be Klay Thompson, sorry. But, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie is not going there, actually. He's not going to come back and team up with LeBron, but he is a free agent next summer. Anyway, there's that. I'm excited to watch the Lakers this year, even though I don't like them, but because they're the Lakers, but they'll be fun to watch. So, I have them as the second best team in this division, which those 2 are really not surprising. And then after this is where opinions can kind of start to come in a little bit, but I have the LA Clippers as the 3rd best team here. They were all right last year. They were almost to the playoffs. I don't think they'll be that good this year, but just because these 2 teams below them are clearly in rebuilds and they're not quite ready yet, the Clippers do have more veteran players, more better players at this point in their careers. They're just meh. Their offseason, what they did is they traded away Austin Rivers to get Marcin Gortat. He's okay. They drafted 2 guards, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jerome Robinson. Re-signed Avery Bradley, Montrezl Harrell, stuff like that. So this team will look a little different coming into this year, just because they're going to want to work their 2 rookie point guards into their rotation and then having Gortat instead of DeAndre Jordan, but they should be all right. I think they kind of I think they regressed this year just because last year it was kind of an anomaly, honestly. The way that they were able to win a lot of games, it just didn't really make much sense to me. I think Lou Williams doesn't have quite as good of a season. Still good though, good enough to win him Sixth Man of the Year. But I don't know. I don't feel good about the Clippers this year. I think people kind of have figured them out. They have like a whole ragtag collection of guys, like Tobias Harris, Montrezl Harrell, Avery Bradley, stuff like that. So they'll be okay. Middle of the pack team. They won't make the playoffs, but they won't be like, bottom 5 lottery either. Unless they do decide to full on tank, which, I mean, honestly, if you're not going to make the playoffs, that's what you should do, but I don't think this team's going to do that. Maybe they'll trade away Tobias Harris. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's a free agent next summer, and if he wants more money than they're going to give him, they could see what they can get. Try to trade him to a contender at the deadline, but I don't know. The Clippers are okay. And as these bottom 2 teams here, it's the Suns and the Kings, and I have the Suns as the better of the two. I actually have the Kings as the worst team in the league. I think they're terrible. But I have Phoenix up here. I think they're going to be better than some people say. They're still not going to be good, but I think they're going to try to win some games this year. They're not going to be in tank mode again. They've been tanking for the past 5 or so years. So at this point, I'm pretty sure all the fans are sick of it. But who knows? I do think they will try to win this year. They have the number 1 overall pick, DeAndre Ayton. Signed Trevor Ariza free agency. Also drafted Mikal Bridges at number 10. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. It'll be interesting to see how this team starts to gel a little bit. Devin Booker might be running a lot of point guard this year, which I'm really excited to see. If you guys didn't know, Devin Booker's one of my favorite players. He's probably my favorite player who's not a Golden State Warrior, I would say. I really like his game. He's a cool dude. So I'm kind of rooting for him a little bit this year, even though they're Warriors division rivals. I kind of like Phoenix just because of Devin Booker. So I always hope they do well, but they've been really bad. Hopefully we get some Devin Booker running point. The other, Josh Jackson getting another year of experience. They're rookies stepping up a little bit. Trevor Ariza with some veteran leadership. We'll see how that goes. But I think the Suns will be a little bit better than some people say. Maybe like 30 wins. They could probably push to 35. But the thing is, some teams have to lose, and it's going to be the bad ones. And so the Suns are going to, the rest of the teams are better than them. So, there's a lot of teams in the league that are better than the Suns. Even though they have a lot of good players, they're just not good comparatively. I mean, obviously, that's kind of a dumb thing to say, but whatever. They'll be better than last year. That's the bottom line. And then I have the Kings. I think the Kings are the worst team in the league. They are quite bad. They really did not do anything in the offseason as far as I can remember. I think the only really thing that they did was offer Zach LaVine that big offer sheet, which the Bulls ultimately matched. So the Kings pretty much have the same roster. They drafted Marvin Bagley, but that's about it. Number 2 overall pick. There's not much else to say here. Like I mentioned with Phoenix, some teams have to lose in the league, right? Like the West there's a lot of good teams. There are legitimately 10 teams that could make the playoffs. You can even stretch that to 11 or 12 teams in the league that are or in the conference that are competitive, could be competitive playoff teams. So the Kings are going to be playing a lot of them, and they're going to lose because those other teams are much better than them. Kings are going to have a hard time this year, I think. They really just have no direction to me. Bagley's a good player. He's a good pick. We'll have to see how he pans out. But they're going to need a lot more, high draft picks because they've whiffed on a lot of them. We really don't know what De'Aaron Fox is yet, but Buddy Hield, he doesn't look amazing. Skal Labissiere, he's all right. Harry Giles could be okay. but it seems to me that a lot of their recent draft picks haven't panned out to be, like superstar players. So hopefully Bagley or Fox can do that for them. But right now I have the Kings as the worst team in the league, so they are the worst team in this conference. And going up against all these other teams here, they're not going to have a fun time against Golden State, against the Lakers. Clippers are better than them. Suns are better than them. So I have the Kings as the worst team here. So I guess that about wraps it up. These are just going to kind of be shorter. Just on a personal note, I'm going back to school. I've been back to school for a week now, so I don't have quite as much time to do these. I mean, it doesn't take me too long, but I do still want to keep going. I'll get mad at myself if I miss a week, so we're going to keep going with this. Try to get the audience growing a little bit. Nobody really watches this. I mean, I'll be even surprised if anybody's listening right now, but we're going to try to get the social media up a little bit more, get more followers and stuff, kind of figure out how to make this pop a little bit. I don't know. That's not even really what I'm doing it for. I'm just doing it for the practice and trying to get that career as a sports analyst, because that would be really dope. But anyway, I guess that'll do it for this week. I'll see you guys next week with a recap of one of the other divisions in the West. I haven't really decided which one I want to do. It's probably the Mountain West is what it's called. The one with the Jazz, T-Wolves, Blazers, Nuggets, and another good team that I can't think of right now. All 5 of them are playoff contenders. But yeah, we'll talk about them next week. Anyway, that's going to be it, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.